I don't know how much sense this video is going to make or how interesting it's going to be, but you are the one who decided to click on this video and watch it, so that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. As I'm filming this video right now, I don't actually know what I'm going to title this video, but I know what I want to talk about. Essentially, I just want an excuse to talk about my favourite OC of mine, because I spend more time than I probably should thinking about that woman, and I need to be telling someone, so have fun listening to that. Now here's my process for character creation. Point number one, the reason I create characters in the first place, it's purely for my own entertainment. The preface to this is, I have absolutely zero intention of ever putting these characters into any kind of published work of anything ever. The only reason they exist is for me to roleplay with, draw, and just generally think about. They're just for my own personal entertainment. So therefore, I can rip off whatever franchise I want, and I do not have any sort of shame about it. And that is where my favourite character came from. I make a lot of characters to scratch an itch. I'll watch something like a TV show or a film, I'll enjoy a certain character in it, but every single film or TV show or book I read or whatever seems to be very fucking obscure, and I'm not a fan of fandom roleplays. So I just decided, most of the time, I'll create my own version of my favourite character from that piece of media, and then I'll just play them as an OC. I'll keep the things I like about the character, I'll change whatever I want to, and then I get to play that character however I want with no stress. It's literally a win-win situation. And my absolute favourite thing to do, just ever, is create characters. So it works out very well for me. Now there is a reason that I've positioned the camera like this to get my big old Amanda picture in. It's because my favourite OC is at the core an Amanda character. What happened was I watched Hysteria one too many times, as per usual. If you've seen the video I made about my favourite films, you will have heard me talk about Hysteria before, but it is one of my favourite films, and it's a very obscure film. It's a very weird film. But again, I liked Amanda in that film, I enjoyed the character, and I wanted to play that character. But again, very obscure film, and also that film has quite a few romancy undertones. It is a romance film at the heart of it, and I don't roleplay romance, like full stop. So, and also there's a lot of weird things in that film I would have wanted to change. So, I made my own character inspired by her character in the film, and it was just to scratch an itch. As I said, I do this all the time. When I made the character, my intention was, I'll make the character, I'll play her a few times until this is out of my system, and then I'll go back to playing my main favourites. Because my main favourite characters are actually ones that aren't rip-offs of other characters. My favourites at the time were ones that were just all my own idea. So, you know, intention was play the character, get it out of my system, I'd go back to my mains. And that was kind of what happened for a bit. I played the character that I made, I got it out of my system, and it went back. But here's the thing. I am a maladaptive daydreamer. I spend a lot of fucking time daydreaming. And also I have a job that you don't always have to think about. Like, I can essentially think about whatever the fuck I want while I'm working most of the time. So I daydream all the time. And Mary might be a good time to tell you the name of my character. Mary appeared in my daydreams a lot. I don't know why, even though at the time I didn't have any active role plays for her. She kept appearing for months and months in the fucking daydreams. Haven't got a clue why, but she just kept appearing. Then one day, I probably watched Hysteria again, let's be honest. I probably watched Hysteria. I got the urge to play that character again, and I thought, right, I'll get a couple going. I'll play the character, I'll get it out of my system, just exactly like I did when I first made her. But then, she somehow stuck. I don't know why, I don't know how, but she just did. I started playing the character, and since I created her, she's evolved from being a knockoff of a specific character. Nowadays, she is very much my own character. Like, I have added in a lot of different things that aren't directly inspired by Hysteria. She definitely has an inspiration from Hysteria. Like, if you watched the film and you saw me write my character, you would know where I got her from. But she's not a direct rip-off anymore. She is 100% my own, like, creation now, just because I've added in a lot of different things. And this was in August, and I've been hyper fixated on my fucking character ever since. Like, I spend far too much time thinking about her. I really, really do. I'll give you a cheeky lore summary just for some context. Grew up as the daughter of two 19-year-old hippies, ended up being very fucking intelligent, got a scholarship to a private school, went onto university to do 2 doctorates at the same fucking time, got a regular doctorate and a doctorate in psychology, but this is when the fucking problem started. Mary wanted, and still does, want to be a fucking neurosurgeon of all things. Problem is, her mum drank whiskey in the womb, and now she's always had really, really fucking shaky hands. So she just simply does not have the dexterity to do something as intricate as neurosurgery, and ended up getting kicked out of the fucking course. But did that stop her? No, it absolutely didn't. Is one thing I didn't even bother to mention, and this is a fantasy setting. So she ended up going on to work for a council that specialises in protecting magic users, because this is set in a world where magic is a thing, but it's very much hidden and secret. So she is the deputy director for that council. She still sometimes does her surgical shit, even though she's definitely shouldn't. She still sometimes does it just in the cases where people see something that they shouldn't and they won't shut up about it. She's trying to figure out how to erase selective memories from people, as you do. And one day she does this on a 14-year-old girl. Great ethics there, Mary. But anyway, she does this on a teenage girl, doesn't go well, accidentally lobotomizes the child. Understandably, her brother's a bit pissed off about this, so he ends up driving her off a cliff in a fucking car chase. This was all 11 years ago, and she survived. She survived the car accident, but she is now disabled. She is now a wheelchair user, and she hasn't fucking learned a lesson. You would have thought, but no, she still does all of her ill-advised neurosurgery. Yeah, she's a very kind of strange, eccentric woman. She's an Amanda character, of course. She's a very fucking weird lady, but I just love her. I don't know, she's special to me, okay? She's just she's twisted. Definitely a little twisted. She's strange and eccentric, and I love her, okay? She smokes a lot of weed. But because I am playing a disabled character so often, I am going to do this right. So I spend a lot of time researching this stuff. I do it for fun as well. I find it interesting. I've got a little notebook in my handbag where I write down all this shit. So now I'm like I'm not an expert, but I know a lot of stuff about like wheelchairs and accessibility and all this because I've done so much research. I can't stop. I just can't stop. Also, I found that occasionally you encounter some weird fucking people when your main character is disabled. Because it doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened a couple of times where people have suggested as a plot point just to magically like heal the character. And I've looked this up and I've been told by actual disabled people that just magically healing a character's disability is a big fucking no-no. And so it's happened a few times, people have suggested it, and each time I'm just kind of sat there like, why are we doing this? Why are we suggesting that as a plot point? Also, you can very much tell when someone hasn't read your character bio if you play Mary, because sometimes, obviously, you use different terminology. You're not going to use words like walk, are you? So you can tell when people haven't read the character and they don't actually know who they're talking to, because you can just see how confused they are when they're writing. They're like, what the fuck is going on? It's happened a few times. It's very fucking funny when you catch them out. Also, at some point in the future, I will definitely do a series about just like role playing in general and like the fucking weirdos you meet, because you meet a lot of weirdos. But just for today, I wanted to do a self-indulgent video and I wanted to talk about Mary, and you can't fucking stop me, so there you go. And I just find it funny how the character I made just to get something out of my system became my all-time favourite. Because the lady that was my previous all-time favourite wasn't, as I said, wasn't inspired by a specific piece of media. It was just an original idea. And she had been my favourite for a couple of years, easy. I made Edwina in, it was lockdown, I think it was 2021, I think, or 2020. But she was easily my favourite for like 3 years or so. Then one day she just got bumped. She just got bumped down to second by a character I made too, because I watched Hysteria a lot. Weird how this happens, but yeah, there we go. But the problem with being hyperfixated on your own fucking OC is if you want some new content for that character, you've got to go and create it. There isn't a pre-existent fandom out there for it. So if you want to see new artwork of that character or read a new like piece of media, like read something about them, you've got to write it or you've got to draw it, you know. And I can't stop, so I have a little notebook in there that's just for Barry. I've also got another notebook in my handbag. I have a lot of notebooks in my handbag that is for character writing. It's not specifically just her, it's for everyone, my whole character universe. But it's just when I want to indulge, I'll just write a little bit, you know, just a little tiny short story. So I don't know what the point of this video was, to be perfectly fucking honest. I made it, I just started talking, and now I'm here, and that was that. I hope that was interesting. I can bang on about her for quite a while, to be honest. I'll read my books out, I will. I just wanted to talk about Mary, that was it. Okay. Anyway, subscribe, like, or I'll kill you. I never know how to do this bit. Just fucking like, okay? Bye.